Hello, board members. How we doing this lovely Saturday immersive, aka no face cam horror stream Saturday morning? Well, I hope. Of course, we got to get ourselves some Planescape Torment in here. We've had a bunch of like weird lore drops over the course of the last couple of streams. We went into the Mind Stones. Found out that basically all of them had something to do with us, either directly or like slightly indirectly. We freed the fire guy from his torment. He then proceeded to immediately walk over, hug his pre-fire girlfriend, and literally reduce her to ash, which is, you know, I guess something. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's something. And he is now following us around. There's a lot of indication that it's clearly not the same guy, that this body is now just inhabited by, like, a fire spirit or something called Ignis. I don't know. I don't know what to make of him. We haven't gotten any combat. We literally did that right at the end of the last session, so we'll see what happens with him going forward. We're still missing Falls from Grace as our last character, I'm assuming. And I still haven't quite figured out what we're going to do with the Modron thing, if that's actually how that works. Welcome to MS87. Hopefully you're having a good day. Alright. Find the portal key to Ravel's Maze. You gotta find the night hag. Don't know how to do this one. Oh yeah, we have the cup to go give to this guy, right? Find a return, and we still need the meat. While we're over here, we could probably run over to our house and check up on it. And see if...
Ignis hears you.
See something. Ignis is fireball and a quick weapon. Do I have something I can give him? Can't use that item. Okay. I didn't think he could use a hammer, but I figured I should check just in case. Pins, no. Is there something else I needed to use with this? Kernel sheets, dried skin. Scrape the skin inside. The scrape of skin is covered in writing. It looks like someone kept writing over it again and again. Those in level. Nonetheless, you can make some use of the words and some of the symbols. Trapped. No, that'll give the bladed one the laugh. Arc just hold a way out. It tells off in the indescribable. Page back together and put the journal away. Okay. I don't know if we need that right now.
Done.
We will definitely need it for something at some point. I just don't know if we need it right this second. Also, we can go put this hammer away and see. I'll double check to make sure I don't have any meat in my storage. No. Rag picker. I think we took all the stuff that was in the buried village and moved it up here. So I don't think we have a reason to go back to the buried village right now. The only thing I can think of to do in the buried village at this point would be to go over and investigate the were-rats. Okay, there's my severed arm that got us the tattoos, but I can't seem to use that. Okay, this is the left arm of that other zombie. Do I have anything else approaching like a meat? Wait, do I have 2 sets of rags? Oh, I do. Let's get that organized while we're here. Here's a sorrow. I don't remember what that does. Warhammer, wooden club. I'm not seeing anything else in here that looks like meat. Bone? Lots of bones, actually. Oh yeah, we still have this weird cobblestone that we took out of, like, the torso of a zombie. Oh, more rags. Okay. Alright, we're back to the top. Fest Hall room key. Strands. Okay. I think we're good. The only thing that seems like it would make any amount of sense is this one severed arm. I don't even remember if there's anything special about it, if I need to go back into the mortuary to use it, or what. Okay, hold on. So clean off a corpse, 985, nicely toppled. Flaming fluid, almost as hard as wood. If you need to, you could either use it to shake someone's hand from a distance or use it to bash their skull in. Okay, so technically, I think it just acts as a club, right? So, while a fun idea,
Done.
I don't think we're gonna need to do anything else with it. I don't think I have anything that would make any sense. Because I don't think I have any other magical defensive stuff that we could put on Ignis right now. Buried village. So we'd want to go where? I guess technically we'd want to go buried village and then down and then down. Yeah, I guess technically we want to go to buried village. Okay, and then we can go down into the basement, into the crypts. And see if we can give the zombie this arm in exchange for the dagger to give to the guy. Huh, my pockets are light. What? If you're trying to imply I robbed you, I did not rob you. Top of the morning, lads. Thank you. See, you could have been cool about this, and then it would just be a fun meetup. Instead, you had to be weird about it, bud.
I'm gone.
Okay. I don't think we left anything here except bones, right? Yeah, it's just tons and tons of bones we found in this area. Also, I have no idea at what point, what level we should be to go and try to fight were-rats. Or if it's even going to come up again, if it's something that's completely, like, optional. Are we not? Can we fight the things? Oh wow, we're just like.
Sings true.
Also, why do we have a dagger out? Okay, great work. I don't remember why I left that selected. That's odd. All right. It's not that big a deal.
Done.
We'll survive. Okay, so zombies over here, I think. Or... No, this is the trapped crypt? Yeah, this isn't it.
All right.
Over here, then. All the way in the bottom. I'd say it's where the bodies are, except there's bodies everywhere. Oh, do these things respawn every time? I thought the reason these were only here is because I didn't bother killing them once. But no, apparently they just respawn every time. I mean, I guess that's a way to farm XP, but god, that would take forever. Could I have that knife? Okay. I give you copper. Food, meat, yes. Okay, so he doesn't want this arm either. Maybe there's something we were supposed to do and go over to the when we go to the were-rats, like maybe we can take one out or something and we get an arm off of them?
Done.
I don't know. Well, actually, if I go the other direction, I'm trying to remember how this works out. So we go this way.
Done.
Then over here, I think we can go up into the lower ward or whatever. I think.
Done.
Okay, all those zombies in this area. So doesn't appear to mark zones the ghouls patrol considered safe for their kind. Because we have to go...
Done.
Door's locked. Oh, actually, can you actually even pick this lock?
Might as well.
Mechanism operates as though it's not a conventional lock. It may be something something.
All right.
Okay, we'll have to come back for this, I guess, at some point once we figure out what's actually going on here.
Done.
So where... I'm trying to remember where the actual access that took us to the lower ward is that we came in from. That area is flooded. That takes us to my tomb. Is it all the way over here? Or was it a portal thing? I might not actually be able to go back that way. If it's a portal thing, I won't be able to go back that way, but... That's that. There's nothing over there except that body that we had to fight the alligators for. That's not an entrance. Faces, but not what we're looking for. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember now. Let me double check this while we're here. Because apparently I didn't go into this room? Oh. Yeah, apparently I've never been into this room. Well, one small thing we got. Also another sledgehammer is fun. Wait, the table itself is a... Oh. Odd. But alright.
I'm gone.
Alright, well... I don't remember exactly the path to get over there.
I'm gone.
Not that it's that big of a deal. With our weird ability to be friends with the literal living walls of the city, mobility is not too big of an issue.
I'm gone.
Because I don't think there's anything over there. I just don't remember where that one entrance is. Yeah, because we're going... Because that's towards the were-rats. Like, over here is the were-rats stuff. I don't think there was anything else... Hold on, what's actually in here? Let me see. Oh, it's just this. Oh, we could actually probably just do this for XP at this point. I mean...
All right.
Did you see that?
I mean, was this a good old-fashioned throwdown? We just kill waves and waves of enemies.
The Karak sings true.
Did you see that?
Yes, my master.
Prince of Folly.
Okay, why are you guys all not fighting stuff?
What is my master?
He doesn't have the armor, I guess.
Damn it.
Guys, keep fighting.
What is thy bidding?
Wait, why did you leave? Well, that's not what I wanted to happen, but that's fine, I guess. Also, how does this guy, like, sleep? He can't really sleep, right? And we already went in, we've been in here.
All right.
I guess you have to make up a special sleeping situation for him. You would think with his higher regeneration capabilities or whatever, like ours were, it wouldn't be an issue, but... Even Wolverine, notoriously fast healer character, has a hard time healing in their own modules. There's got to be a challenge. The door is locked. It is actually not locked. Okay, we'll just get out of here, I think. We have a new special sledgehammer, I guess. But I don't think there's anything else for us to do here. Unless, like I said, we want to go fight the were-people.
All right.
I'm still surprised we were able to get through all of this without having to fight anybody. That kind of blows my mind. Okay, go over here. We'll have one fight on the way that isn't actually a fight. It's just this person is stuck in agitated mode. I don't know how I feel about the idea of living on literal, just compacted trash.
Done.
It doesn't seem like the best idea. Get the teleporter thing. I mean, I guess part of it is the fact that they're technically also standing on top of a temple that's underneath all the trash, but I don't know. Seems odd to me. I guess I can go put the bangles and all this stuff away. Oh, actually, here. You should have an identify spell ready, right? Enchanted hammer. Crushing. Enchanted +1. 1. Bears a wounding enchantment. Is much lighter than a normal hammer, allowed to be swung faster and do more damage in combat. The history of legends concerning this hammer have been eclipsed by other more famous. Nonetheless, the sledgehammer carries itself with a quiet dignity. We have a better magical sledgehammer, but that's
What's
what
up?
Endure.
Venus wishes to burn.
In enduring, grow strong.
The con, you have like the second to lowest amount of hit points. You're taking too many levels of wizard, my man.
Done.
I need you to take a couple more levels of fighter.
I'm gone.
Okay, so all of this... Well, the bandages, I guess we can keep with us. Mort's got junk on him. Need that. Okay. Nobody else is carrying anything too weird, right? Oh, does Mort not have... Oh, no, okay, Mort does have junk on him. I was about to say, Mort should have some amount of junk on him.
I hear you. I shall serve.
Okay, please step out of the way.
I will.
I don't
your
understand
will
why
be
this
done.
is the one thing that gives our characters physical bodies, is when they're trying to interact with, like, certain storage boxes and stuff.
Done.
Other time, they'll walk right through each other, not an issue. But when they're trying to go and interact with a box, that causes friction. I don't get it. Okay, so I guess we just go back to Clerk's ward, and then give this guy the cup so that he loses memories. Give us the key to the heart, and then we can go hopefully do that whole quest line. Get the heart, or unlock the heart, and then get the perfume, and then give the perfume to the other person, and then whatever happens next, I guess, at that point.
I'm gone.
Okay, so he should be over here wandering through the hallway. As any academic will tell you, wandering through hallways is definitely stuff they do. Gotta figure out what we're doing with Jumble Murder Sense. Where are you, bud? I need to talk to you. There he is. Okay, we kind of ran him over. Here, take this mug. It holds a dark bird of Orthanus, a sliver of ice from the river Styx. It would wipe your memories clean. Marion takes the mug and removes a piece of paper from his pocket. He tilts the mug back and takes the ice into his mouth. It melts instantly, leaving him with a somewhat startled expression. Merriman?
Updated my journal.
12,000. That's pretty good. Merriman looks at you confused, and at the paper in his hand, he reads aloud. Congratulations, Merriman. You've begun again. Thank the man in front of you and give him the keys in your pocket. Speak to Splinter, the man at the door to this building for more information. He looks to you again. Well, would seem I owe you thanks, good sir. Here, take this key. I'd best find this Splinter fellow and find out what's going on. Thanks, Merriman. Good luck. Oh, does he keep the cup, though? Oh, he keeps the cup. I was hoping we'd get the cup back from him. T12 journal updated. Welcome. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a nice day. We are here planescaping it. Still trying to figure out what piece of meat I'm supposed to give to that stupid zombie in the catacombs to get the knife back from him. Okay, but we have the keys to What's-Her-Face's heart, so we can go do that. And then hopefully she'll give us the perfume. And then we can give the perfume to the other person, and then whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. Because we still got to figure out what's going on in the basement of
I'm gone.
the place. Because there's something going on down there with those sensory stones. We got to figure that part out. Clark's citizens. Alright,
I'm gone.
Doloria? No, not you. Deloria. Deloria, I believe I've brought you the keys to your heart? There's eyes flash. Did you find him? Has he agreed to return the keys? Yes, I have the keys to your heart. Here they are.
Updated my journal.
Dang, 30,000 XP for that? At last. As she takes the keys from your grasp, her hand brushes against yours. Her skin is dry, but icy to the touch, like cold metal. These would be of great use to me. I thank you. Of course, I had some questions. I want to learn more about your nature. What are you doing here? Can you tell me about this place? Trying to find Viridian scent. Do you know where it might be? Well, assume you mean her personal scent, which she alleges has been stolen from her by one of the ladies here. I do not know with whom it now rests. You may wish to ask Nanny, however she sees more. Okay. Does the scent be stolen? To create change, enhance the overall effects of the objects, living or dead. Perhaps the thief knows some of these skills as well. Her scent would have the rest in an object, however. Not on the thief. Were that the case, unless Vivian would know them by their smell. Question. And Ravel Pazawell? Unless she was or is still be numbered among the living. Wait. Okay, hold on. I know that she was or is, should she still be numbered among the living, a night hag of the great evil. They have Pain banished her in an extra-dimensional prison for crimes against the city of Sigil. And do well to speak to Yaris of her. She knows a great many tales. I had another question. What about your nature? Mary never told me much regarding my construction. I know little of the inner workings of my body, much as you likely know little of yours. Outwardly, though, I am a human woman in all respects, save for the texture and temperature of my body. Does that satisfy your curiosity? What do the keys do, exactly? I can only assume that Marion made the keys so that there would be no risk of me drawing away from him before he tired of his experiment. Now that they are in my possession, I am free to develop and possess my own emotions. How does your mind work? You do have emotions, then. Functions as much as a mystery to me as any humans. When I first came to this place, I did not understand emotions, nor have any of my own. I have feelings now, though I am only beginning to understand them. Let's see. This place. Okay. Actually, farewell.
I'm gone.
I thought it was her that... I thought she was the one who had seen... Oh, actually, you know what? Let me ask her about it.
All right.
I thought she was the one who still hung out with someone who was the quiet lady's, like, ex-boyfriend. I have some questions. What do you know of Vivian's... Oh, no, not Vivian's scent. Another question. Oh, the silent lady.
Updated my journal.
Okay, here we go. Yes, her name is Eka. Her voice, and in fact her every means of communication, was stolen and destroyed. Echo's words once wooed away the paramour of the godling Paramisha. Paramisha is in a jealous rage, tore away Echo's voice, sealed it within a crystal vial, and hurled it into a Megalomondrag's maw? Echo's voice is forever lost to her. Only another new voice could return to her the ability to communicate once more. I know this because I spoke to the Paramish's paramour myself once. And another question. Learn more about your nature. Okay, never mind, actually, farewell. Okay, so...
I'm gone.
Her voice is missing? How does that help me? If at all. Also... Greetings again. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair. Those are nostrils. Deathbringer, welcome. Well, I came second in the Yug tournament I joined. Nice! So what does that get you? I assume it was an online tournament, or did you actually go and participate in a local tournament at your local TT? What is it? Brick and mortar TPRG or whatever. I can't remember what they call those. TPC? TPS. SRP. But just because of a change in the rules in the finals? Oh, brutal. That's the worst. Also, T12, you never told me how you're doing, and I hope it's well. I hope you're doing well, friend. But what did you walk away with? What did you get? Do you get some like booster packs, or is this like online so you get I don't know, like a bunch of jewels or something? It's called TCG. Thank you. There we go. But it was online. Oh, okay. So yeah, you probably just got like, I don't know, 5,000 points to spend on booster packs or something. Whatever the magic Yu-Gi-Oh Yu-Gi-Oh online point system is. Gems, jewels, I don't know. The power of friendship points. Streamer was hosting, so he sent me money on PayPal. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, you just got $5. Go get yourself a sandwich. Just go get yourself a sandwich. There's nothing better than the delicious, delicious flavor of food, well earned through the fun of competition. $25 actually. Okay, well that'll get you a couple of boosters. Go get yourself 2 booster packs and a very fancy sandwich. When nods and smiles briefly, the center of her hair. I had some questions. Who are you? If I'm even sent, you know where it might be. Shrugging and gives you an apologetic look. Okay. So what does that actually get me now that I know something about her? Tell, but it says she's got it from the got it from Parmicia's paramour himself. Is this person like important? She got it from. I can't confront her with that, right? Who are you? Also, I think the joke about Echo, it just popped in my head. Is this a setup to Echo as in, like, the Greek character? Who, like, loved the sound of their own voice so much they got stuck in the cave and shouted? That's gotta be what that setup is. Free food, my favorite. Yeah, free food is legendarily delicious. Yeah, I won the first module, then I drawed a card in the second module that wasn't banned or talked about, and was like, we just have to redo the duel, but I won the second module as well, but it didn't count, so I should have been first. Wait, I drawed a card and that wasn't banned or talked about. Wait, so you had a card in your deck that was technically against the rules somehow, but you didn't know it because no one had told you that? Is that what happened? If that's what happened, that's messed up. You might have gotten scammed. That definitely sounds like a Calvin Ball, I'm playing by my own rules sort of mess up. Like, oh no, you pulled that card? That card's definitely against the rules. Get out of here. Get out of here with that. We banned a lot of floodgates / hand traps that were good. Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate then. But hey, $25 is $25. Go get yourself 2 boosters and a sandwich. May I ask you what you can? Okay. Yeah, there's nothing I can talk about like with this new knowledge. Is your name Echo? No, farewell. What am I was really thinking that was going to set something up. Because if I confront What's-Her-Face back here, she doesn't actually say anything about having the scent, but Nenny said that she saw her take it. But I think we checked inside of her stuff. Silent. What are you doing here? Why is it so dark in here? I find Vincent. Do you know where it might be? I have no clue. I guess. Hold on. Could we just brute force this? Is this one of those ones where you just have to have someone, like, check her stuff?
I'm here.
Yeah. Enter stealth mode.
Right.
Go over here. No, she doesn't have it. So she must have it on her person if she has it?
All right.
The one I drew wasn't talked about or banned or brought up, but we had to redo the duel anyways. See, that seems odd to me. I mean, if they didn't tell you it was banned, then it's not banned. I mean, it sucks that, like... that, I don't know, they messed up.
Aye, what?
Don't get me wrong, but... I don't think that's your
Right.
fault. Handkerchief and... Ooh, a love letter. This is a passionate, seeming, and rather graphic love letter. Who it is to and who it is from, however, are quite vague. That's
I'm gone.
unfortunate. I don't remember whose room that is. So if I just interact with this stuff, they don't care?
What do you
Like-
want to know?
Does she actually...
Right.
Oh, okay, nothing in there. Yeah, they don't care if I, like, go through their stuff. I had assumed that they'd get angry, but I guess not. They don't really care. Huh. And that's why I said that the rules changed in the finals that killed my first place. Yeah, seriously. That's kind of messed up. I'd be a little annoyed with them, or I would make sure that there's lots of clarification going forward. But oh well, it was fun today. Well, I'm happy you had fun. Call some shenanigans on that, though. Who did you... I mean, you don't have to give me, like, a name, per se, but, like... Did you... Was the person you were going up against, like, the host's, like, best friend or something? I just want to make sure, like, how scammy does this scam sound? That's one of these. Lock our way over from right here. Vince, what are sort of things you do? I had some questions. Think about... Oh, we'll do... She's prissy, but she's always been nice enough to me. She smells so good. I hope she finds her scent soon. Okay, was there something else?
Done.
They keep telling me to talk to Ninny about it, and I keep talking to her about it, and she keeps telling me nothing new. Okay. Not this place. Wave of experiences crashing into me, filling my head with fresh ideas. It's good that there's something in there. Mort being... Tell me about this place. Tell me about the lady. Oh, Echo. She's a mysterious one, isn't she? No, it's because she sometimes thought the last lover Echo had. Okay. Yeah, see, I can't bring anything else up about it.
All right.
I don't know how to confront, I guess, the Gorgon chick about it. And if it's not in her room, it's got to be on her person? I don't know how comfortable I am with trying to pickpocket her.
Aye.
Since I don't think we put a lot of points into pickpocket, right? Stealth, open locks. Yeah, pickpocket's only 50%, which isn't particularly good.
All right.
How the stream been? I mean, we only got started about 30 minutes ago, so... fine so far. We've been running around trying to figure out some mild stuff to do here. We're kind of hitting a wall in regards to, like, quest progression. Personal sense. Can't get rid of the curse. A man named Quell told me the key to the portal which would lead to maze was, oddly enough, a piece of ravel. Wait, do I have to, like, steal... Well, no, because it's not her memory. I guess I should go to the public stationorium or whatever and see if maybe there's something in there that I need to do, right? Some questions. Okay. Okay, how can you help me? In the sanitariums. Let's go to the public one. Since we haven't been here, and just see if there's anything interesting going on. How's your day looking, Deathbringer? You got anything else planned today? Just chill out. It's a nice Saturday and or Sunday or whatever day of the week it is for you. Well, there's actually a bunch of ones in the public area you can use. Okay. This is an unusual bluish-purple stone and is securely fastened to the pedestal that it rests upon. I can't interact with it.
I'm gone.
Okay. Maybe I need to ask one of the guides about how to use them? Just catting away, huh? This man's gentle voice compliments his calm and refined demeanor. Greetings, are you here to use one of the sensory stones? Yes, I am. There are currently more than a dozen standard sensations available, as well as 6 more extravagant experiences. The use of a standard stone is 10 copper commons. The more involved ones will cost 150 coppers. Would you care to hear of the standard or the extravagant sensations? Probably the extra ones. Man nods, smiling, and explains the more involved sensations. Will one of these suit you? Horrible regret. Shock and rise to something vengeful. Slowly drawing horror. Indescribable frustration. A very important secret sounds important. Lycanthropy will do. Actually, we didn't tell me about the standard ones. Which things will suit you? Unavoidable pain will do. Tender love will do. The mind-numbing tedium. Sheer wonder. Consuming impatience. Tired surrender. Supernatural lust. Okay. Some of the others. Psychosis. Festering jealousy. Bitter loathing. Pure glee. Frightened exhilaration, grim determination, complete bafflement. Okay, not right now. Interesting. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna get a save. I don't want to waste too much money. Save on this. Okay. Yes, I am. Start with the oh my god, brain. Extravagant ones. Brain. It's too early in the morning. I haven't been up long enough for this, I guess. Let's go with a vastly important secret. The stone you shall want to use is one on the larger chambers, 2 rooms counterclockwise from the stairwell. So this one? This is one of the larger chambers, 2 rooms counterclockwise from the stairwell. It is violet in color. Thanks, farewell.
All right.
So there's the stairwell, right? But this, it said violet in color. What? This room is violet and this stone is violet, but this one is a violet stone, but a non-violet room. But this is two away. We have complete bafflement for free. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, we're not going to go see complete bafflement. We have free bafflement at home. Don't make me turn this around and go back to the store where you're going to live in the back of the store for the rest of your life. The violet stone is one that Clerk directed you towards. Within it lies the experience of a vastly important secret. Begin the sensation. 6 Imperial servants rush ahead of you, swinging the golden doors of the Dragon Palace wide. Long live the Empress, they cry in unison. 1,000 years. Long live the Empress. 1,000 years. The experience. Beyond the threshold, dozens of loyal warlords, kings in their own right, drop to their knees, touching their heads to the floor in deference as you pass them en route to the Grand Imperial Throne. As you turn and face your minions, seating yourself upon the Imperial Throne, you allow a small, satisfied smile to creep across your carefully painted lips. There is but one thought in your forefront of your mind. That the body of the young Empress, Wu Sun Cha, lies broken at the bottom of the Well of Solitude, and that you, Bai Hawa, a horse merchant's daughter, are at last poised to shake the Empire and the corrupt Wu Dynasty to its very foundation. Yourself from the experience. Experience seems to have stirred some long-forgotten, vaguely similar memory in your own mind. You feel as if you've gained something from using the sensory stone. Okay.
Done.
Not what I was hoping for, but that's fine. Let's go and talk to this guy and see. I guess we're just gonna have to go through all of these until we found one that's important. Like another session. A dozen standard sessions available. Yeah, extravagant ones. Let's try lycanthropy will do. So you shall want to use the one larger chambers, one room counterclockwise from the stairwell. It's a blue-violet in color. Sure, we'll say that's a different color, I guess. Why not? Also, for 50 bucks, does everybody get to see it or just me? Experience lycanthropy. Suddenly aware that the hour has almost come, you leap from your bed and run flying from your cottage and into the surrounding woods. Stumbling in the dark, you come to a small moonlit clearing, the one you had found last week and decided to use tonight. You hastily strip off your clothes, sit in the long grass, and wait. You close your eyes, listening to the steady chirp of crickets, the throaty croaking of bullfrogs in their nearby creek, the rustle of grass as the wind caresses it. What would someone think seeing this through your eyes, experiencing this moment, what was next to come? Soon you would travel to the city, find a cleric to rid you of the curse, but for now, may as well make the best of things. You rub your hands together with anticipation, grinning like a bearded, fire-haired giant of a madman, sitting naked and alone in the forest, clearing in the dead of night. Okay. A prickling sensation runs across your skin, and your senses sharpen dramatically. You breathe in through your nose, inhaling the scent of everything around you, the damp earth, the sweat on your cast-off clothes, the opossum clinging fearfully to the tree behind you. You open your eyes and look down at your forearms. The faint moonlight reveals the slightest quivering across their surface, but at moments, the flesh begins to ripple impossibly. Tufts of thick fur sprouting forth, with a grisly cracking sound, like popping joints and grinding bones. Your back and shoulders begin to hunch and broaden, uncomfortable, but not quite painful. Your muscles, your entire body mass doubles, triples in size, and continues to grow. Still fascinated by the transformation yourself, you watch as your fingers wither away to nothing, hands swelling into meaty paws from which burst fur and massive black claws. The night seems to become brighter as your eyes transform, become accustomed to the darkness. A wide muzzle comes into view, and you touch your wet, sniffling nose delicately, chuckling to yourself. Next time you think you'll have to stare into a mirror or a pond as the curse takes effect. Watch your face warp and change, losing its familiar shape to become a bear's. Any experience? Soon it becomes difficult to concentrate upon anything but your more basic urges. Food would be good right now. Yes, food. Perhaps you'll get lucky and find a nice fat catfish in the creek. You rise off your massive haunches with a huff and begin to amble through the trees on all fours, heading for the water's edge. Serve from the experience. Wait, seems to have suffered something long forgotten, vaguely similar memory in your own mind. Wait, there was a period where we were like a werebear?
I'm gone.
That's a thing we did? That seems odd to me. I don't know if we were ever a werebear. Like another session. Okay. That one's done, that one's done. Indescribable frustration. Use larger chambers, 3 rooms counterclockwise from the stairwell. Okay, so this one. I don't feel like there's enough rooms in here to match the number of sensations we can purchase. Maybe there's multiples in each stone for the basic ones? The first orange stone is the one that Clark described. Okay. You can see it now, the crown of Hephaestus gleaming upon a marble pedestal. No more than 20 strides away it is. With it, you could wrest control of the armies of Amphipolis away from your treacherous brother and restore your father's kingdom. A fool your wretched brother was, you smiled grimly at the thought. To leave the king's only daughter alive, thinking she could do him no harm. Okay. A sound. The creak of leather sandals, the softest hiss over there by that third pillar. She was close now. Palafi the Medusa, jealously guarding the crown her servants had stolen for her so long ago. Crouching behind a wide pillar, you wrap your hands tightly around your trusted, thrice-blessed javelin. With her helm of swiftness and the 100-mirrored shield. 100-mirrored shield. Even a beast such as Palafi would be no match for you. At any moment now, she would round the pillar and meet the sight of you. Even if she turned away from the shield, your javelin would surely find her throat. Then there's a gentle touch on your shoulder. You gasp, spinning around to face, of course, the Medusa. Accepting the inevitable, you only have time to lose a piercing cry of frustration before your lungs, and every other part of you solidifies into cold gray stone. Okay, similar memory for 1500 XP. 1500, by the way, is a complete drop in the bucket. We need like 100,000 to level up, so 1500 is not anything. Like another session. Slowly dawning horror. These are the larger chambers. Oh, okay, yeah, they are reusing some of these. Okay. So you have to talk to them, and then they'll activate the one that, like, the memory in the stone. Alright. Okay. How good could it be, you think, regarding the burgundy liquid carefully? Across the table from you, the twisted old man smiles shyly. Please, sir, try, he whispers, his hushed voice, the sound of dry leaves blown over a roughly cobbled street. Thou shalt find it more than lives up to thy expectations, I am sure. You nod at him and lift the crystal goblet into the air, watching the light play through the crimson liquor. Liquor? Crimson liquor? Yeah. You'd come a long way for this drink, searched long and hard for this old man, and be darned to let anything rush you now. The moment was to be savored. You raise the glass to your lips, inhaling the stuff's aroma. The banquet is light, sweet, intoxicating, almost dizzyingly so. You tried countless drinks, written tomes about them, their flavors and smells, means of manufacture, and your journeys across the plains. But this stuff was supposed to be legendary. No living man you'd found or heard of had tried the stuff. The stories were ridiculous. Nothing could taste quite so good. But if there were the slightest bit of truth to them, this would be some fine liquor indeed. At last you drink of the goblet, a cautious sip. Incredible, incredible. As the flavor washes over your palate, you find the urge to shudder with delight. Nothing you've tried in all of your long years has tasted quite like this. You look up at the old man, startled to find your glass empty. You had drained it all in a single draught. You wipe your eyes with the back of your hand, not entirely sure when you had begun to cry. Tears of joy, eh? The old man laughs softly. Quite pleasing to the tongue, is it not? Wouldst thou like some more, perchance? He smiles at you once more. Yes, if I might. Surely, he replies. Refilling your glass, try as you might, you cannot resist downing it in a single gulp. You thrust your finger into the goblet in an attempt to find some last hidden drop of the stuff. Several times more does he fill the goblet, and each time you gulp stuff down as a starving man would devour a feast. Unable to control yourself, to deny yourself another exquisite taste of it. He chuckled softly once more. A drink as this, a man wouldst do anything for it, no? You nod without hesitation. Yes, a man would. Looking at him, he slyly smiles suddenly takes on a whole new meaning. A sense of horror begins to creep over you, even as you begin to yearn painfully for more of the blood-red liquor. Yes, the old man grins, his yellow eyes gleaming. A man wouldst do anything in the thrall of such a drink. Even the most terrible, the most heinous deeds. As thou shalt see, my newest servant. Stir yourself from the experience. Okay. I was hoping that some of these would have like a story impact or something. I wasn't doing this just for the fun of reading other people's short stories. I was kind of hoping something would happen when we checked one of these out. Shock and arise to something eventual. Horrible regret. What to use is one of the larger chambers, 3 rooms counterclockwise. Like, this would probably be fine if I was playing this on my own and I just want to see what these look like. But wasting time reading them out loud for no actual effect. It's kind of annoying. You stand on the deck of your flagship, the Divine Hammer, as it floats over the continent of Agraham, held aloft by the winds of magic. The very landscape rolls and shudders beneath the bombardment of your fleet, 1,000 ships, cannons, and bombards hurling their sorcerous fire down like vengeful gods. Shockwaves begin to hit your ship only minutes ago, the constant vibration that sends shudders through the whole of the ancient craft and moves your very bones, accompanied by a constant rumbling bass. As the land's mountains begin to sink and the seas that surround it begin to boil off into the atmosphere, your first officer comes to stand beside you. My Lord Admiral, permission to speak freely, sir? You nod your acquaintance. What? You nod your acquaintance? Your stomach sinking as you guess at his question. My lord, forgive me, but how? What gives us the right? 1 billion lives. You speak without turning to him, unable to take your eyes off Rumus, the nation's vast capital city, as it vaporizes into a cloud of superheated gas 12 miles across and growing ever wider. If you only knew the full treachery of the Argodites. First Officer Flem. Flem? Really? Maybe it's Felm? We'll go with Felm. Which one is beyond most of any man's comprehension? Then you would know you would speak of our night to annihilate them? We've no right to let them live. Wow. But sir, traitors, all of them? Surely among the hundreds of thousands, how many innocents? Silence! Speak of it no more. Our king has spoken. His will be done. The task set to us is a horrible one, not fit for contemplation or questioning. There is no room for pity, no room for remorse, only duty. The two of you stand silently for a time, watching the last minutes of Argerheim. At long last you sigh, a low, stuttering explanation that slow, stuttering exultation that sounds as if something has broken inside you. Beneath the brazen plate that covers the ruined half of your face, your dead eyes begin to weep. Falm, my friend, I would have you understand, I know now, as I look down at what I have wrought here, that were I to think upon what I have done, what I have truly done, I would be struck mad. A deed such as this, the anguish would overwhelm, destroy me. So, first officer Falm, it must be that there are no innocents in Argaham. No mothers, no children, no people, only traitors, vile, cunning traitors who deserve no less than the full brunt of our most holy king's wrath. Do you understand this? Yes, my lord. Good. Now, I wish to be alone, here. By your command, Lord Admiral. Falm bows his head and returns below deck, leaving you to stand over the end of a civilization. Wow. Long forgotten, vaguely similar memory in your own mind. Maybe there's like a thing that if you pay for all of these, because they are expensive. Well, they're kind of expensive. Like, it triggers like a huge memory lapse and you get all of your... Not all, but you get like a huge chunk of your memories back and then like a big bump of XP besides just the individual little bits. Like, you just get a solid like 100,000 XP. Another session. Horrible regret. Is it something vengeful? Okay. Shock and arise is something vengeful. Excellent. This is one of the larger chambers. 2 rooms counterclockwise. Okay, so each of these rooms has, what, 2 then? Weird that the way they have them listed doesn't feel like it's in a quite correct order, but... You stand somewhere in the nether regions of the plains, a sweltering place where the ground is beaten copper, the sky is of brass. Here the bodies of sinners, petitioners in this horrid place, are rolled amongst iron brambles and bronze scorpions until their bodies are fine, gray dust. You squint at the horizon, the bone dust rising with putrid-smelling gusts of wind that carry them the sound of agonized moaning. There's nothing but flat, metallic landscape as far as the eye can see. The dust is everywhere, in everything. It stings at your eyes, coats the insides of your mouth with a pasty film. You spit, wiping at it with your finger, but it's of no use. The stuff's taste has fouled your mouth completely. You look down at the key in your hand. A minute a minute platinum orb and picture the man's face who solemnly swore to you the magical portal you just passed through, now gone, of course, led to the green fields of Bytopia. Someone, by all the powers in their proxies, was going to pay for this one. Okay, kind of a short one. So just how unbelievably annoyed you are that you got
Alright.
tricked into going into the lower planes instead of, like, a paradise. Makes sense. 50 coppers? Yeah, each of these is 50 coppers for the exact, what do they, how do they describe it? Extravagant ones, and then it's 10 for the standard ones. Let's see. Supernatural. Oh, I like this. Let's start with a supernatural lust. As the Sony shall want to use the one in the smaller chamber, 7 rooms clockwise from the stairwell. Is a light blue in color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Mort standing around in this room for... Oh, I guess I didn't select him. Okay, let's begin. You find yourself coupling with a succubus, a creature of such intense otherworldly beauty that even her fiend's horns and thrashing tail give you no pause. She gasps under you. You desire her so completely that the whole of your existence seems focused toward this single goal. As your life explodes from you in a stray burst, you hear the delighted laughter of the succubus as she drains you dry, leaving your body a soulless husk. Seems to have stirred some long-forgotten, vaguely similar memory in your own mind. Okay, so these are like short, super short ones. Okay.
I'm gone.
Okay, so apparently none of these are going to give me anything actually relevant to, like, the main story or quests or anything. Tired surrender. And the other ones, psychosis, festering jealousy, bitter loathing, pure glee, grim determination, complete oh yeah, let's do the complete bafflement. I want to use this one on the smaller chambers, 7 rooms. Okay, back to the same room we were just in. Apparently all the interesting sounding ones happen in chamber 7. Which sounds almost like a joke. Of like, wait, so which one of the chambers is your favorite? I'm a fan of chamber 7. Oh, you weirdo, get out of here. Like one of those kind of things. Let's see. You awaken from uneasy dreams to find yourself transformed in your dank lair into a rather small, 4-limbed, fleshy thing. You're lying on your shellless... Wait, what? You're lying on your shellless, as if it were wholly unprotected back. And when you lift your tiny head, unadorned with its usual sensory antennae, a little you can see your pinkish belly, partly covered in soft curling hairs, quite unlike the black bristles you're accustomed to seeing there. Your only two legs now jut from the end of your torso, rather than up from around your abdomen. They look thick and ungainly in proportion to your body, and lie there limply, making no attempts to right you on their own. Only by actively concentrating can you move the things. What has happened to you? Yourself transforming your dank lair into a rather small, 4-limbed fleshy thing. You unprotected back, and when you lift your tiny head, little sensory antennae, and soft curling hairs quite unlike the black bristles. On my legs. Around your... So it sounds like maybe this was a giant bug turned into a man? Huh.
Alright.
It sounds like some kind of large bug or bug-like creature turned into a guy. Or a human, I guess, at least. Well, I guess in this universe, it could have been anything that was, like, bipedal. There's a lot of bipedal creatures in this universe. And the examining it. Sheer Wonder. Try Sheer Wonder. I'm going to use one of the smaller chambers. 4 rooms counterclockwise. Or clockwise. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, this will be the last one since these don't seem to actually be doing anything. And I really don't care that much about the experience points we're getting since it's not really helping much. We got what? Maybe if we did all 6, 1,500 each. 3. That'd be about 10,000 XP. A little less than that technically, but around 10,000 XP. I don't know if... I mean, that's a 10th of a level, but that's costing us, what, 300 copper? Doesn't let you open your mouth and take a shallow breath. And water flows into your lungs like cool air. You smile and take a deep breath, gawking in all directions as you slowly sink to the bottom of the harbor, where hundreds of colorful fish weave there through twisting tracks of brilliant coral. As your feet touch bottom, you peer up at the keel of your ship and laugh aloud with joy. A string of great bubbles shooting up towards the surface. Huh. Sheer Wonder. Okay, so like a sailor getting hit with breathe water spell. Fun. Alright, so yeah, that was all kind of pointless. Like, fun, but kind of pointless.
Alright.
I'm happy I got to save so I didn't waste all that money. Oh wait, is there anybody with a name here that I think I need to talk to? So far it's all been just... Oh wait, here we go. Yeah, there's actually a person with a name. This might be significant. Lady Thorncombe. The name sounds vaguely familiar? This comely middle-aged woman is wandering about dreamily, absently minded chewing on her thumbnail. Her eyes seem focused on nothing in particular. She is dressed in elegant yet disheveled finery, and her hair is slightly tousled. She takes her thumb from her mouth, smoothing back a strand of her hair that had fallen in front of her eyes. I had some questions? Or I'll ask what you wish. She sounds apathetic. Questions about you? As you begin to ask questions, you realize she's not looking at you, let alone paying you any attention. Hello, I had a question? Very well. Ask what you wish. She sounds apathetic. Has some questions about this place? As you begin to ask... Hello, I have a question? Okay, so it's an infinite feedback loop. Nothing going on. And no one else here has a name. Maybe she's directly relevant to, like, a quest at some point. Yeah, everyone else here is a sensate or just a sensate guide. So probably no important quests. A little odd, but that's fine, I guess. I mean, I guess if nothing else, it's thoroughness on writing fun stuff to happen while you're here. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else we need to talk to right this. Oh, I guess let's talk to Mumbles. Or Jumble, or whatever. His head and looks at you curiously. Remove Inkward's curse. You pretends not to hear you. Show more. Okay. Nothing. Look at you, but shakes his head. Okay. There's no one else I could talk to about this guy. And the only one, his curse is so powerful that no one else can remove it, right? You have a name. You got anything going on interesting in here, Centaur? The President practicing various combat maneuvers on a wooden training dummy. They seem too busy to speak with you at the moment. Oh, apparently, yeah. You have too much stuff going on to even bother giving me time of day. Yes, the Crooked. The squat, hunched old man still has the broad shoulders and scarred callous hand of a worker or warrior. An aria of weary just over his hang over him. He appears to be grieving at a lecture, giving a lecture at the moment. Stay for the lecture. Right, now listen up. The seminar on the war. If they're to listen about the Blood War, take root. If you're not, you're in the wrong hall, and you'd best your soft, comfort-loving, Signorian limber stems out of here. The Blood War, more boring than listening to a governor recite laws. Let's find some young sensate who needs to be indoctrinated in the ways of passion. And those eyebrows in anticipation. No more. I want to hear this. The man suddenly throws a dark eye over the audience as if looking for something. And off. And further, if you're Tenari or Botzin, your scaly hides out the door. It's not letting your ornery jerks bend an ear to this and then listen to your barmy arguments. I don't think technically we have one of those. I don't think. Because this is no discussion on who's right. Behind you, you hear the sounds of something large leaving the lecture hall. It just tells the Blood War from the human point of view is no promotion of one side or another, because they're both stink in different ways. Keep listening. The speaker comes somber. So, what's left here? You're wanting to listen to some Blood War stories, tales about the war. Hear the horror of it all, no doubt. The floating fortress wove and weaved a human skin, the plains wide battlegrounds the Blood War be fought on. He bears his yellow teeth, tails of fiends locking fang with other fiends. Gar, schnar, he snarls, fades, looks suddenly bored. Well, let me peel your lids and crack your bone boxes. 'Tis all streamin' heap of barmy nonsense to be dwellin' on the forge dung. He spits in derision, rolling his eyes wildly. I'll tell you this, though. You can't imagine the scale the Blood War is fought on. Nothing you've seen, heard, or participated in, nothing compares. Time, numbers of legions, sheer bloodshed, nothing compares, Burks. To try and imagine it, forget it. My advice, simple. Stay away from the big bloody mess altogether. The only thing you need to know is this. Fiends are killing fiends. Bazé are slaughtering Tenari. Tenari are butchering Bazi right now. He spits again. Neither's winning. Don't think that either can win. Biggest stalemate this side of eternity. Think the powers. That is it. He shrugs. That's it. I'll be answering any questions you got for me now. Ask a question. Can't you give a little bit more of the Blood War itself? What started the Blood War? How does one get hired into the Blood War? What started the Blood War? You got a right to be curious what started the big old sodden soupy mess in the first place. What set the fiends to locking horns in the first place, biting and clawing at each other till they only one reason they were alive. Go on. Simple. They met. He sighs. Tenari and Batai crossed each other one day, and like two drunken bigots, they set to fighting. That simple. He frowns. Well, now, pike that. Imagine two drunken priests who believe each knows the only way to live. Now make the two priests ribbed with scales and fangs and horns, and a cruel streak 7 leagues wide, and then put them in an itty-bitty sodden cell. And you have a good idea of the love that can spring forth. There you have it. The origin of the Blood War. Why are two evil, quote-unquote, races fighting? One believes evil should be nice and orderly. One believes evil should be chaos running rampant across the plains. Both evil, but doesn't mean they can agree on anything. Bad blood, bad blood. Each wants to exterminate the other, so only their brand of evil remains. They hate each other like... He wrings his hands together, trying to find the right words. You see, they don't hate like we hate. We don't even know what hate is. We have one word for hate. They have, his voice drops, thousands upon thousands. Their meanings twisted and piled like bodies. That's why they fight. Let's do something else. How does one survive? So you'll tell us no tales of the Blood War. Doesn't want to get hired into the Blood War. You know, every once in a while. Oh my god, I like the they're trying to do like an accent with this, but god, some of this stuff. All right. You know, every once in a while, some leather-headed Burke comes around asking about a job in the Blood War. They want some jank. They want a quick stint and then to get along with their lives. Mayhap I was one of these leatherheads. Mayhaps I was a sellsword. And there was a little jink to be made in the war. Got me interested. Taught me a lesson, it did. We're like ants running around the heels of dancing sod-pike gods. I saw big men who claimed to be big soldiers. He shakes his head. Paper soldiers. War is a furnace for them. Makes them wake up or burn. So how'd you survive? The man's face darkens. Well, that's one thing I won't speak of, Cutter. Suffice to say, a man does what he has to do to escape the war. Oh, we can actually throw someone into the bus. Okay. But a woman named Vereska told me you had to murder your own men to escape the war? The man's face becomes red with anger. Watch your mouth, Cutter. That's a lie. Foul, foul lie. Are you Barmy, John with a fiend over the war and believe in her every word of it? Oh, what happened then? I'll tell you what happened, Burke. He sighs and calms down slightly. I was part of the company of the Blazon Effigy. Part of the original number was 53 mortal mercenaries. Only 9 of us remained. Camped somewhere in Avernus, we were awaiting reinforcements for the next battle. Well, my tour was nearly done. Then, in fact, I was to leave after that battle. The trouble was, had I died there, I would have been there forever. Too much blackness, too much evil in my heart. I would have ended up a practitioner in Bantar, an eternal soldier in the war. He shudders at the thought. What happened? Me and 2 other lads fled like dogs. That's what happened. We scurried across the plains through a handful of days before we came to this great pillar of living heads, I think? An awful sight, it was. They jabbered and hissed at us, calling for us to come closer. Then I stole away from the others and went to talk to the pillar. And? Nithil shuts his eyes and rubs at his temples. I asked the pillar how I might be freed, how I might escape Batar, and it told me in exchange for the 2 of my brothers. He was quiet for a moment, biting at his knuckles as if fighting back tears. To me, at the time, it was just math. That's a terrible choice to be forced to make. He nods. Not sure if I'll forgive myself. Now I'm just a soldier who's looking for a place to die. Trying to erase the stain of evil, cleanse my inner Gaius before I die and return to the Blood War. I lecture here to keep people away from it, to prevent them from having to make a choice like that. I see. Seems like you murdered 2 to me. Ooh, do I want to call him out? I see, but it still sounds like you murdered those two to me. He nods. Not sure if I can forgive myself. Okay, perhaps I should spread the word around. Gaius, I'm sure people would love to know exactly how you made it through the war. Oh, can we, like, blackmail him? I won't say it was right, Burke, but you can't deny that what men would have done. I call it survival, not murder. Now leave me be. Blackmail. It's blackmail. Okay, so it's nothing. Okay, I can literally blackmail him? Wait, hold on. What does this actually give me? Yeah, you're disgusting. Won't happen anytime soon. Now finish this lecture up. Sum of coins and a handful of other objects. Gained item, gained item, gained item. Right. This is the last bit then. Some of you are sensate. Thing to say. Don't sign up to see what the... Okay. Of listening leave. Okay, wait. What did he actually give us? We got 2 clot charms and a blood fly charm from him. That's it. That's all we got from him for blackmailing this random guy. I can't say he's innocent, because he's not innocent, but he is maybe not someone that needs to be blackmailed.
Done.
Unfortunately, that's a whole nother thing that, like, didn't actually get us anywhere. I was thinking we'd get a quest or something out of that, or maybe something to do. So, I can't train in combat. Talking to this guy doesn't get me anything unless I blackmail him. I can't convince that guy to take the curse away. There's nothing going on in our room. That's spell training. No, this is Ellie Havelock. Did we talk to you? Oh, look who's arrived. Ellie shoots you a wicked smile. Welcome to my stomping grounds, Cutter. Ready to train. Yes, I am. Right here. My hand, Cutter. Examines on... Okay, grab the coin. Flick your hand out, but Ellie's too fast. Good enough, though, Cutter. We'll continue. All right. Now, you understand that you drop your current profession right after you're prepared to do this? Another time. Okay. I don't know if I really want to become a rogue. We have plenty of rogue in Anna. I don't think we need more rogue. Is there not a... Mage training. There's no actual trainer in this room. I wonder if you have to sit through, like, the lecture on magic or whatever's going on in this one. Plan is built and the goal of all practitioners to accomplish. Okay. Alright. So, can't figure out how to do this one. Can't figure out how to do this one. Portal which would lead to Ravel's maze was oddly enough a piece of Ravel. Piece of Ravel. Piece of Ravel. Oh yeah, we never found what's-his-face's head, have we? Where else can we go? So we don't know how to get the sense stones in the basement of the brothel to do anything. I guess I could just check all of them to make sure there isn't something weird about them. Also, I wonder why they're collecting them. I mean, I guess the other thing is we could talk to Fall from Grace and see if she'll join the party now. Otherwise, I'm not sure how to progress anything.
Gone.
Let's see. Hilda and Juliet. Yeah, it's not even letting me, like, do anything with them. Any... So there's one for someone who's missing. Actually, there might be a couple of blank ones. Yeah, that's... Well, I guess hers is just gray. Hold on. I'm going to talk to you again. Shouldn't really be down here. I had some questions. This is at least... a particular student of the brothel so that they access the stone. Okay, maybe we can go... Well, I think we tried this already, right? To confront Fall from Grace about the stones and she wouldn't talk about it? Maybe she'll only interact with it if she's a member of the party?
I'm gone.
Sort of running out of things here, then.
How may I help you?
Questions I want to ask you. Who are you again? What are you? What is this place? So you can help me. Thanks. Perhaps you can help me. Maybe what kind of help? Okay, wait. Maybe this is something. Help. What kind of? Okay. I lost myself. I'm stricken with amnesia. How terrible. How do you have any... not really. Woke up in the plab. Okay. Woke up in the mortuary. I think the dustman mistook me for being... Could be immortal, but I don't even know. Yeah, we've done this before, I think. Scars on my body. She reaches out. As if to touch you, may I? Yes. The curves. They were taken... Some are more recent. So the wounds fatal to the normal man. To this tower of the plains and search inside myself until I can piece together who I am. See a man who has just lost himself in literal sense. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. Intriguing. Frightening, more like it. I'm glad you think so. My words. Never mind. No harm done. Rekindle your memories. Okay, yeah, we've been through this before. Ravel again. Ravel. She was one of the hags. It's a fiction. Imagine the Lady of Pain dealt with her as... How? These. Is there anyone who might know? Some other questions. Alright, I guess we'll see if we can get her to join us now. News. Yes? Well, oh, wait. Anna stiffens, then starts muttering under her breath. Say she'll be coming with us. We don't need the likes of her. Says we don't. Bar that, Fingling. Mort clicks his teeth together. I'm all for the succubus coming along with us. The powers know you're about as fun as passing a cow trip through... Yeah, bows. Watch skull, I'll rattle you so hard they'll be picking your teeth out of the spire. That's rather forward of you. That's the way I am. I mean, how exciting can this place be? Much you can learn here. And I withdraw the request. Since 8, sure, there must be a limit. Be surprised if you want me to accompany you on your travels. I need a far more compelling reason. You mean you wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac who is searching the plains for himself? Oh, I would be extremely interested, she smiled slightly. Such a suggestion is intriguing, makes no mistake about that. Then you would like to travel with me then. If you wish me to go, there's something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. I would like you to speak to all of them. Earn me with your thoughts. Then you shall see you and travel together. I'll ask them to return when I have spoken to all of them.
Updated my journal.
Okay, so we've done this already.
How may I help you?
Okay, I should like to ask you. Since 8, travel again. 9 of the students as you asked, but I could not find the 10th. And you could not find the 10th? How curious. Thinking the 10th student is me, in which case I have spoken to all of them. I think Lewis is the 10th student in his own way. Which one? I ask you some questions. Thinking the 10th student is me, in which case I have spoken to all of them. Very well, and your thoughts? Yes. You and I should leave this place and explore the plains. There's nothing more either one of us to experience here. What it means to aspire to be a sensate, and that is better to go in search of experience rather than have it come to you. So get rid of the armoires in the brothel and use them as firewood. Teaching within a sheltered environment such as this only harms the students, and the plains themselves are often the best teacher. With armoires in the brothel and use them as firewood. Ah. Grace laughed softly and her eyes sparkled. A practical thought indeed. Very well. I will travel with you. You still desire my company. I do.
Oh, Mistress High and Mighty will be joining us. What do we need her for?
You couldn't possibly understand.
I wish she would fall from great height. I might even bump her off myself.
Okay. Alright, she's in the party. She has the same number of hit points. What is she? Level 7. Level 7 priest. What do we got? 13 strength. Stronger than average. 16th intelligence, 16 wisdom. 16 dex is actually kind of surprising. So she's actually dex focused. Con 16 and a charisma 19. I feel like she's a higher than standard stat block character, but that's fine. So she's kind of good at everything, with charisma being her best ability. She's lawful neutral. She's part of a faction. Oh, well, she's a sensei. That makes sense. Yeah, I also noticed that when I was doing that little catch-up session, let's have banded together, that she's also part of a faction, the Adepts. 14. Yeah. Okay, interesting. chaotic neutral. Lawful neutral. Chaotic neutral. Chaotic good, actually. Mort is considered chaotic good. We're also considered chaotic good. Interesting. Okay. Geography. Oh my god, these are so long. Truth in Multiverse. Oh my god, I can't read that. Information, okay. Did you bring any gear with you? Fall from Grace's diary. This looks like it's made from paper-thin silver sheets. Engraving of a woman is on the cover of the text, and there's a small lock on the side of the book. No matter how you try, the lock resists or attempts to open it. Use. It's like it was made from... Okay. I want to read it anyway. At least not yet. Okay.
That item is important to me. I cannot part with it.
Okay. Fall from Grace's touch. Default weapon. Slashing. Usable only by Fall from Grace. This is Grace's basic attack. It does slight slashing damage. Okay. Can she use other weapons? Like if I hand her a dagger... Huh. Oh, not usable by priests. They specifically can't use that weapon. Well, that's on me then, isn't it? Only usable by fighters and thieves. Not usable by priests. Only usable by fighters. Okay. Weapon restrictions are pretty extreme.
All right.
Okay, so now that you're with us, does anything change? I need to talk to you, Marissa. Yes, there's some questions, Marissa. I have no clue. Okay. Okay, let's try going to the basement and see if we can do something in the basement. Let's go to the basement.
Done.
Now that I assume that the caretaker works literally for you. Sorry, the man turns to Fall from Grace. And greetings, Mistress Grace. Rest assured, I'll keep the lady's sensory stones in order while you're away. The man turns back to you. If you excuse me, I have several things to tend to. Farewell. Okay, so... Okay, so can I actually... Hold on. What an absolute mess. So now he's much less worried about us being down here, which is fine. Does this thing matter now? No. Okay, maybe I can just talk to her?
Yes?
The Tenari. How did you come by the name Fall from Grace? Oh, this should be interesting. The meaning of the name is a complicated subject. There's much is said and a great deal that is better left unsaid. Fall from Grace, your real name? Perhaps, she smiles slightly. Perhaps not. There are names which are given and names which are earned. Who's to say which is the real one? The name which is earned carries the greater weight, which is given carries the greater weight. Not sure I attach a value to a name. She looks at you curiously. Truly? A name is a cloak of letters thrown across a person, nothing more. A name can sometimes tell you something about a fraction of a person. You can help define that person, but that is not who the person is. I mean, your point is well taken. So why are you called Fall from Grace? Would it matter? She smiles. It is but a cloak of letters. Matters to me. I would like to know how you came to be called that. I've fallen from my people. Some would say risen from my people, perhaps, but fall feels more right to me. Was you questioningly? Does that make sense? Yes, it does. After all, fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Well, from Grace, silent for a moment, then nods thoughtfully. Yes, perhaps that is why it felt like it did. I came to terms with the loss long ago, but the name has remained. You sure you've come to grips with it? 1000 XP for that, for some reason. Fall from Grace meets your gaze, and you are once again struck by the brilliant shade of blue of her eyes. It is turbulent, like the ocean before a storm. I had thought so, yet, in speaking to you, you have caused me to realize some things. She smiles. You have my things. Well, if you need to talk about it, let me know. She nods. You're most kind. I will do so. Some other questions. I wanted to talk to you about our companions. Do you ever use weapons? No, there is seldom the need, and I find that I cannot bear the touch of cold iron, even steel for long periods of time. In any event, I have a number of natural defenses that tend to discourage attackers, such as...
Updated my journal.
The kiss of a succubus is lethal to mortals, though they rarely realize the danger until their death is almost upon them. Fall from great size. I can resort to it when the need arises. I see. I had other questions. Tell me if you're no. Apple again. How did you set up the brothel? Establish the brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenue expression rather than the simple carnal. Let's move on. Okay, so she's not giving me anything crazy or new, other than apparently, maybe she just has a. Is that like a? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, those are spells. Wait, what's her? Sensory touch and kiss. What is? How do I look
Very
up
well.
people's special abilities?
Done.
Does anybody know how I look at their special abilities?
I'm listening.
Because this is their spell book. Instead of bless, curse grants an enemy a target a -1 to attacks and -1 to saving throws for 30 seconds. Detect evil. As the spell detects any evil emanations from creatures within a range of 50 within range for 50 seconds plus 25 seconds level the caster. Okay. It's a revelation. Lines of priest enemies with a halo of light, making them easier to see and be hit. As the player character selects a target point within range to center the spell on, their glowing, vibrant green glow emits from the center and grows out to 40-foot radius. All creatures will be surrounded by glowing for the duration of the spell, which bestows a +2 penalty to armor class to all affected creatures. There's no saving throw for this spell. This spell can also cause a glow around invisible creatures. That's good to know. Blessing, cure light wounds, curse, detect evil, protection from evil. Spell surrounds the caster with a circle of protection which helps protect against attacks by those with evil intent. There's protection from evil creatures through a magical barrier that surrounds the participant of the spell. It gives a -2 penalty to attack rolls. Evil creatures then bestows a +2 bonus to all saving throws that are caused by such evil attacks for a duration of 10 seconds. Level the caster. Okay. It looks like they always have Curse and Halo of Lesser Revelation always equipped. Detect Evil is also always equipped. Oh, no, these are the ones they currently have memorized. Oh, it works like that. Okay, so she's got 5 spells that she can actually cast, and she's got mostly Cure Light Wound, Blessing, and Protection from Evil. Okay. Oh, she has level 2 spells, level 3 spells, level 4 spells. Cure Serious Wounds. Prayer, Call Lightning. Oh, she actually has Speak with the Dead and Remove Curse. Oh, fantastic. No longer affect you when the spell is cast. Oh, it's only for items. Curse upon the person targeted does not remove the curse from the actual item itself. Oh, so remove curse is just for getting rid of items. It's nameless one to initiate a dialogue with a dead body within speaking range. Flame Walk? Even from the effects of flames for a time, this one gives a target a +2 on their saving throws against any fire-based attack. It does all fire-based attacks a multiplier of 0.5. For any damage that does exceed to reaching the target of the spell. So half damage. Got it. Spiritual Hammer, Cure Moderate Wounds, and Aid. Okay. She's mostly set up as a healer right now.
All right.
Okay, if I talk... Wait. Talk to Ninny. Does it change anything? Questions. It doesn't. Maybe am I just talking to the wrong person? Maybe I'm just talking to the wrong person when it comes to this, like... Echo... mean that the dark birds. Okay. Maze. He claimed that at least one of the ladies there will most likely have met someone who, with that, can help me. Piece of Ravel. Look with me, rounds that I've shown him the proper respect. Is it with the ship each? Encountered a horrid stone. Me, and it Ravel said I should speak her name behind the stone. Stone in the fest hall. I have been motivated to leave a legacy for himself, just as a proclamation. Struck a chord with my previous incarnation. Know that when she suggested I leave a legacy. But I would need a number for the legacy, so I'd have to probably recall... I probably need a journal that has some kind of information in it for that one. Told me that one of the experiences train me. Training. The command word for the magical decanter. The combat. To the heart. A noble one named Jalmi. Mail to her. Maybe it's not Marissa I'm looking for. Brothel. She saw Marissa. Yes, Marissa, right? And Marissa's the one... Yeah, Marissa's Crimson Veil to her for all the good it did me. Okay, so... It is Marissa, which is the one who needs the Crimson Veil, which is the lady in the back who's a Gorgon or whatever. But she won't... I can't find anything that has anything to do with the scent there. Close. There we go. Ban the bot, of course. So this one is a greetings. Yes, I have. Have you come to trade tales? Yes. And is that they have a story to tell. Fall from grace? And then I wish to share with you today, tell Chaser. I cannot let you exhaust my library before I find more stories. Share with you. Good question. What are you doing here? Can you tell me if this plays? You look familiar. Is your mother Yanana? Yes, but she and I no longer speak, just as I shall speak no more of her. Okay. Interesting. So we met her mother before. You know, the stories I've already shared. Tell me about this. Vincent, you know where it might be. Nenny, she is forever... Okay. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Ravel Puzzlewell, frightener of children, begins and ends with a question. What can change the nature of a man? Go on. And were the times she posed the riddle of those who approached her, those who sought to glean from her strange mission, possessed, attempt to answer a query, but to no avail, and they found the price. Wrong answer to be a horrible fate. It's more horrible than the last victims. To recount their various torments would speak of things that... Okay. Ravel herself knew not the answer to the question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained in question. Why did the nature of man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially to one of such power as Ravel? It is said that she put the question to the Lady of Pain not directly, but shouted it to the sigil itself, daring for the lady to answer. When no reply was forthcoming, she wove terrible magics that threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains roll in like a wave. She received no answer other than banishment. To this day, no one knows the answer to Ravel's question, and now there is no one to petition, for Ravel herself is gone, lost to the plains. Wait, there is more. Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim the hag still lives. There is a silent here who once talked of such things. Speaks no longer. If he would speak to you, she might tell you more of Ravel. I understand she comes and meets with... Okay. Okay, so... Okay, so then we need to get
I'm
a
gone.
voice for her? Okay, I don't remember there being something specifically that gives you a voice from, like, the curio shop. Oh, wait, the linguist's house. That's gotta be what this is for, right? That's gotta be what this is for. We gotta talk to him about, like, giving someone's voice back to them or something? I didn't remember her mentioning that Echo knew anything about Ravel. That's my problem. Okay, I need to talk to you. Much is your way of frowning. Choosing me once more, have you? What is it you wish of me? I have some questions. Having to any questions regarding my field of study, language, and the like. Okay, I guess that's not who we talked to yet. Well, let's go into the curio shop and see if we can find a magical item that gives someone a voice. It doesn't sound familiar offhand, but I also wasn't looking for that before.
All right.
Fall from Grace. Well, Fall from Grace, or whatever you call yourself now. Truly a pleasure to see you here. But I owe the honor of your visit. I thought you were rarely trafficked among our kind anymore. She glances at you for a moment with the same faint sneer. Or is your assignment here almost finished? I did not know what assignment you were referring to, Vrishika, though your presence brings with it many questions. Last I heard, you were a standard bearer for the company of the Vulture. How did you come to Sigil? She replies curtly, firing a question back like an arrow. By choice, and you, where will your orders take you next? And she turns to you. You see, little man, there's smiles as if savoring the words. The best temptress is one that can make you buy into the illusion of being both promiscuous yet virtuous at the same time. A prostitute priestess, as if it were. Mistress Grace is among the greatest. Turns to Fall from Grace. Are you not? You would not think that a score 1,000 years of slavery had left their scars, no? You would not think that a score 1,000... What? Fall from Grace speaks with a coldness you have never heard before. The air almost becomes ice as she dissects Vreska with her gaze. That is enough. Very well. Though you are the only one who come into my emporium. Vreska looks to you. Very well. Thought you are the ones who came into... Oh, I'm misreading this. Very well, though you are the ones who came into my emporium. Looks to you, yes? There's a quick half bow. Welcome back. Here to buy something? Yes, probably? Let me see your exotic items. Oh, the Fiend's Tongue was something like that, right? This is a Fiend's Tongue. Harrison, I think, knows. It said that placed in the mouth of the living thing, it will give the ability to speech, even if there was none before. Ah, okay, there we go. Only 66 coppers. Okay, that's not too bad. I'll take it. Where's why is the copper? She hands you 9. Please enjoy your newest acquisition. Metallic cube figure. Twice. Okay, actually, let me see your 1,500 copper. Actually, let me see your other things. Monster jug. Look at the front. Conceivable Deva's Tears. What did this do? We're collected from a Deva who captured during a Blood War skirmish. The fiends tormented the imprisoned angel for eons before she at last escaped. Number commons. Let me see the other stuff first. Back at the store. Stain lens. There's ring. How much is the doll? Metal magical text, though I don't know. 99 coppers. I'm taking it. This doll has to be important. Please enjoy. Okay, farewell. Okay, so we just got to give her the tongue, and she'll be able to talk again. Letty of Pain ragdoll. The years haven't been kind to this tiny ragdoll. It's coming apart at the seams, and it looks like its threads are unraveling. It looks like some strange Rome woman with a halo of spikes on her head. Okay. Oh, You don't have an identify ready? Wait, do you cast identify? Okay, wait, what about you? You also a mage, right? You don't have identify either. Son of a gun. This is why I was tempted to become a wizard. Just so that I could just have identify. Alright, Fiend's Tongue should work for this, though. I remember thinking about the Fiend's Tongue.
All right.
Affordable, too. Yeah, the stuff that isn't the Modron is much more reasonably priced compared to the Modron. The Modron is quite expensive, assuming it's an actual Modron. If it just turns out to be this is not the right place. If it turns out to just be a... What do you call it? Like an action figure, it would be very funny, but I have to imagine it turns into a Modron. It's a doll of the Lady of Pain. What is there to identify? I don't know, but it looks like it's telling me it's a magical item that's unidentified. So, it needs to be identified? See, it has this, the glow around it, which implies that it's an unidentified magical item. And it's letting me identify it. So, I don't know. It's magical in a way. Okay, Echo. I have brought you a present. I don't know if you're happy about it, but I've brought you a present, Echo. Where is she? Echo, ma'am, I need to talk to you. It's sort of a big deal for both of us. That's Juliet. Okay, where is she at then? Because I'm pretty sure that's her room. Echo, you might be mute, but I don't think you're deaf. Can you please come here? Oh, wait. Wait, is that... Okay, there's Echo right there. Greetings again. Over here. I have some questions. Who are you? Can you tell me this place? Your name Echo? Okay, I have some other questions. Can't communicate. Hearts, did you know that the word that can... Are you emotionally wounded? Is your voice
Updated
stolen?
my journal.
She nods vigorously, clasping her hands together and smiling at you. Do you know of any way to get your voice back? She shakes her head, her face wrought with frustration. She suddenly looks at you pleadingly, as if expecting an answer. Try to find a way to return your voice. Try to find a way to return your voice. I see you slowly smiling at you with eyes full of gratitude. Look for something that would give you a voice then for a while.
Updated my journal.
Okay, well, we have that. Kind of Fiend Tongue. She raises her eyebrows and gives you a skeptical look. I'm told that, should you place it in your mouth, you'll regain the ability to communicate. She nods and takes the bottle from you. She gingerly picks out the severed tongue from the briny solution and after staring at it for a moment in disgust, places it in her mouth. Suddenly, her eyes widen and there's a burst of reddish light from between her lips. Are you alright? Nika opens her mouth, closes it, and then opens it once more and speaks. I can speak again. Oh, joy. I then darn thee to the darkest of pits, thou stench-ridden worm. Kneel before me in supplication, insect. Yikes. Echo yelps and covers her mouth with both hands. Her eyes are wide with panic. It must be the Fiend's tongue.
Updated my journal.
She slowly takes her hand away from her mouth, nodding. And then it seems I must devour thy frail shell and consign thy soul to the abyss for all eternity. Thou shalt serve in my battle thrall till the plains grind to a halt. Thou art mine, mine. Echo shuts her mouth again and begins to softly, quietly weep. Wait, I think I saw a way to help you at Vareska's curiosity shop. Diva's tears. They're expensive,
Updated
though.
my journal.
Echo nods and produces a slip of paper from her clothes. It appears to be a promissory note in the amount of 1,000 commons, which the possessor can collect upon from the brothel. She gives you a questioning glance. Yes, this will be enough. I'll be back when I have the tears, Echo. Okay. So I need to... Trust me, okay? Yeah. Trust me, just put this weird thing in your mouth. It'll definitely give you the ability to talk. So wait, who do I talk to get to redeem this? Promissory note in the amount of 1,000 copper the professor collect upon from the brothel of Slanting gives it to you in order to purchase the Devateers. It is doubtful you can do anything else with it. Okay, but who do I give it to? Do I give it to you? Who do I give that to collect the 1,000 monies?
Done.
Is it the caretaker guy in the basement? Because Fall from Grace was the caretaker for the building, like the manager. Maybe, do I just talk to her about it? Hold on, I need to talk to you.
Yes?
Tell me about the Sensei travels. Some trust about our quack. Here's your diary. Can you tell me about the Rebel? Or questions
Yes.
instead? About our companions. Me, actually. Just your feelings about me. I'd like to hear your thoughts on my situation. Do you have any idea where what I might be? Never mind. Forget it. Do you have any idea who or what I might be? His frowns in thought. I freely admit that you are something of an enigma, she smiles, but I find such mysteries intriguing. Shall we attempt to puzzle out your situation? Yes? First, while it is possible that you're a tiefling or some rare crossbreed, my guess is that you are a human, or were at one time. There may be something else that would shed light on my situation. Grace, were you hiding 1,000 copper commons from the party, right? I mean, in theory, well, she set this place up, so she owns it? So, yeah, it's just her money then, kind of, right? Maybe it's embezzlement. Maybe it's legally a company set up in Sigil, so she can't just take the money with her when she wants, because it's the company's money. So maybe it's embezzlement if she takes it, but since we have, like, a contract, maybe she can give it to us legally without calling down the Lady of Pain or something. There might be something else that would shed light on my situation. Do you know anything else that might prove helpful? Well, shadows keep coming to kill me. Feeling they're following me, but I don't know why. There's someone out to murder me, so much so that I built a tomb trap to try and kill them. According to an inscription in the tomb, he's been coming after me for, well, as long as my incarnations can remember, it seems. Then, whoever the killer is, he lived a very long time to have pursued you so long. She taps her chin for a moment. Could the killer be immortal as well? Possibly. I'd like to know other thoughts you have on the situation. Nothing else. Shadows can try to kill me. I have a feeling they're following me, but I don't know why. Shadows? Grace is silent for a moment. Shadows are shades of the dead. They do not tend to hunt. They tend to lie in wait for victims. Curious. Situation. Actually, I had some other questions.
Yes.
Tell me about your Tanari. Companions. What about Anna? How do you feel about Anna? She is strong and capable, and she is quite passionate. I almost wish I had met her long ago and asked her to come to the brothel. Perhaps things might have been different. Grace studies you for a moment. What do you think of her? Well, I think I could fall in love with her. I consider her a friend, nothing more. I hate her. I don't trust her. She has her uses, nothing more. Her friend, nothing more. Just probably a friend for now. Very well. Alright, let's move on.
Done.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to the caretaker guy and see if he'll pay me the money I need. Sir, the man. Nope. Okay. Maybe what we can do is we just pay the 1,000 to the store clerk, and then she'll come and get the money, and we'll cut out the whole middleman of like the coppers.
Done.
Maybe we can just trade the paper straight up for the devoteers or something. Even though I don't think the devoteers cost. I don't think they cost 1,000. Because I was thinking about buying them just to have them. But I'm like, I don't know if I really want to clog up my inventory, you know? Because technically these are quest items, but I do have to still carry the stupid things. It's running on over
I'm here.
It's a promissory note. Macy's continuing his performance. Okay, I need to talk to you again. Because you have yes, I am. Exotic items. I need back a store? Nope. Front of the store.
Updated
Devastators.
my journal.
Of his tears, and these were collected from a The fiend's torment in the water holds 12 tears, he said. In that time, it is said that their touch will soothe the most savage anger, even that of a fiend's tongue. Urza smiles cruelly. Their price is but 999 copper commons. I have this 1,000 common promissory note from the brothel? Frowns slightly, examining the note. Well, I suppose I can have Standish fetch it later. Very well, here you are. She hands you the item. Perhaps, please, enjoy your newest acquisition. I don't remember those being 1,000 before. Maybe I read it wrong. Wait, I got a copper from that? Maybe I read it wrong, but I swear I thought that was like 99.
Done.
And I was very tempted. Convenient, yeah. I mean, it works out. The only thing that's dumb about this is... Okay, how do I explain this? It's dumb that I got the item I needed and then took it to them and they're like, go back to where you came from.
I'm gone.
And interact with the same person again. The only thing I can think of is they were hoping that maybe the second time you go back over there, the demand went up. I guess that's what it is. She heard that there was a lot of demand for the Deva tier suddenly, so the price changed drastically. But no, or nothing. But for my unholy, perhaps I shall make the leisure for only 10,000 years. The only thing I can think of is that they're trying to force you to go back over there a few times so that as you're progressing things, you have a higher chance of interacting with the store owner and having Fall from Grace in your party or something. That way you have like 6 excuses to go over there and talk to the store owner lady. Wait, where did Echo go? Oh, she's right here. I need to talk to you. And as you approach, a hopeful look in her eyes. They should soothe the tongue.
Updated my journal.
30,000 experience. That's a third of a level. She nods, smiling, and takes the vial from you. Echo places a few of the sparkling blue drops onto her tongue. I believe the tears are working, yes. They are. I can speak in my own voice once more. Oh, how I thank you. Echo squeezes your hand and bows her head gracefully, your eyes willing with tears of joy. It was my pleasure. Farewell, Echo.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Great! 1 hit point gained, 1 hit point from con bonus gained. You are just not getting tougher, are you, friend? You gained 2 hit points. That is insane. Alright. Wait, what level are you? Hold on. Wait, they're both only level 6, and the 2 new people we got are both level 7. Wait. 125,000, 90,000, 110,000. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Apparently there's a sliding scale for required XP for your next level? So Mort to get to level 8 needs 125,000. Ignis needs 90,000 to get to level 8. And Fall from Grace only needs 110,000. There's 3 different leveling XP requirements to get to level 8? What? I guess it's based off class? Class dependent. That is... Oh, boy. Okay, that's some craziness. So mages level up faster than other people? What? Oh, wait, is it intelligence based? Hold on. Wait, intelligence helps you. Wait, is it wisdom? Okay, wisdom is the one that gives you bonus to experience points. So he has a low wisdom, so his should technically be higher. Okay, so that's not it at all. So yeah, it's literally just class dependent. That is terrible.
I'm gone.
That's terrible. What? Okay, I also need to talk to Echo about Ravelwell stuff. That's some questions. She nods. What are you doing here? Can you tell me about this place? What are you doing here? I'm a student here, as are the other quote-unquote prostitutes. We seek to better learn the art of language in order to stimulate the minds, to heighten our awareness of ourselves and others, and to create new ways of experiencing another person. She pauses, lost in thought. But why? Yeah, that's what I'm curious. I don't understand why there would be a difference. The only thing I can think of is they felt that fighters were an easier class to, like, survive with. So they figured if you made it to higher levels as a mage, then you deserve to level up faster or something? Or is it like a lore thing? Like, mages are more learned, so they learn faster, thus level up faster? Whereas fighters are more physical and less learned, so they don't gather mental experiences as well or something? Makes classes more distinct. I suppose that's fair? I guess so. Feels like the balancing on that to be fair. Maybe, I mean, in advanced, maybe in D&D Advanced, they didn't care about fairness. It was all just like, here are the rules, if you don't like it, too bad, right? I don't know. A sliding scale of leveling up, though, kind of blows my mind. Go on. Well, I've been without the ability to speak for so long. Those patrons came to me seeking someone to listen, someone attentive and capable of understanding them that they could speak to, free of interruption and the like. Now that I can speak once more, I wonder if the time has come for me to move on, leave the brothel, and become a sensei. A sensei? This is a sensation. Someone at the Civic Festival. Questions. Okay. What are you doing here? This place. Mind Vivian sent. Shakes her head. No, I have no idea. Have you spoken to Nanny? I have other questions. Well, Pazwell. She nods and lowers her voice. In fact, I do. Not only does she exist, she has children. She what? All this needs added to it is like 3 or 4 exclamation points added onto this sentence. That's what this is missing. I hate how everything has to be balanced and uniform these days. Well, that's fair. If you enjoy the chaos of random, you know, more randomness, that's completely fair. I gotcha. I agree that there is a certain enjoyment to overcoming odds of unfairness, right? Like, if rogues, for example, are like the weakest class by design or without an intention of balance, and you succeed in making it to like a high level as a rogue, there's a certain joy in that. I can totally understand that. I guess in theory, for 5th edition at least, I guess it would be sort of the equivalent of Rangers. I think Rangers are seen as like the weakest class by a large margin. Followed, I think, next by Monks. I think they're both seen as pretty weak classes. So I guess it would be sort of the equivalent of like, yeah, I want to play as a Ranger just to level up a Ranger and see how weird it is. And like the joy of overcoming that, I don't know, weakness. But yeah, I get what you mean, that like the world isn't always fair and thus balanced is not always balanced, right? Like don't have to hyper balance everything. I gotcha. Especially with something like D&D, where part of the experience is just is literally just playing it and role playing, right? So balance isn't the most important thing. In a module like an RPG or anything that's PvP, obviously you need balance, or otherwise everyone's just going to play the best character. But in like a D&D situation where you can barely tell classes apart these days, anyone can heal, anyone gets magic or magic-like abilities, anyone can dish out damage and use any equipment. That's true. I will say that they've gone a little relaxed on the trained usable equipment. Like, 5th edition kind of brought it back a little bit with, I think, wizards and sorcerers get a pretty reduced amount of usable items, but it always seems like most people just skip that anyway and don't enforce it. And it's like, well, that's part of the role-playing experience, is that your wizard doesn't know how to use a longsword. Why? Well, because they didn't practice that. They were not practicing longsword combat to be a proficient with a longsword. They were busy learning spells instead. That's also part of the fun of the diversity in species, right? That, like, dwarves start with training in hammers, even if it's not part of their class thing, because dwarven culture just has an emphasis on combat with hammers. Or I think it's like short swords for elves that, like, depending on what kind of elf you are, you start with training in short swords because it's just part of their culture. I understand that you obviously don't want to be racist, because that's not cool, but I think there's a certain interest to, like, yeah, I want to build a sorcerer who's is an elf because they use a sword, and then that sword is part of their character or whatever, because elves have sword training. But I don't know, like, I think it's half elves are considered super good, like, species wise. Classic D&D presumed decades or at least years of studying arcane arts before you pull off a magic missile. Yeah. I mean, that's a whole different debate, though, right? That's a debate on whether the XP system as it is done makes any amount of sense, and it really doesn't. If you look at it by a raw metric of, like, I did thing, give XP. Because what ends up happening is your characters who are level 1 end up in the course of, if you play it straight, end up in the course of, like, 3 months becoming the single most powerful being, like mortal beings on the plane that they're on. It's real weird. It's like, here's a wizard who's trained for, like, 70 years as a elf or a gnome or something, who has this long life, and they've been training for 70 years to be a wizard. And here's your human who's 19 and been training as a wizard for, like, 2 years. And they're somehow stronger than this wizard who's trained for, like, 70 years to be a wizard. It's the XP system in D&D is very weird, very wonky concept. I mean, it's fine, and for the short term, it's fine. It's just weird. It just translates very oddly to the storytelling mechanic. Like, that's sort of a problem I'm having right now with my D&D campaign, is that everyone's level 6 now, and level 6, by the description of the book, is becoming so important and capable that no longer are you affecting just, like, your hometown. You're starting to affect the region that you live in. So they have to, like, if I want someone in the town to be powerful, they have to be so powerful now that they're not affecting just the town or the region. They need to be affecting, like, a whole country's worth of people. Like they're gonna have to start running into, like, demi wizards who are, like, hyper powerful to run into someone stronger than them, and they're only, like, level 6. You know what I mean? It's really bizarre the way that the leveling works. It also blows my mind when people start and, like, yeah, we're gonna start at this campaign at level 10. I'm like, oh, okay, so you're just going straight into, like, fighting lesser dragons? Like, what? How does that look? I know, right? Yeah, it kind of blows my mind. Because I'm trying to design some campaign, like, you know, fights and stuff. And I'm looking at stuff that's, like, challenge rating 6. Level 10 is when you retire? Yeah, basically. If you're not going to start fighting demigods, then you retire at level 10, because you're hyper powerful and hyper rich, right? Like, it's the leveling mechanics and concepts in D&D currently, at least, are pretty crazy. What's very funny to me is the one of the biggest complaints I heard about a lot with 4th edition, since you get levels 1 through 30, was that levels basically 21 through 30 were like obscene. Like they're just, you're so powerful that you're basically having to just fight squads of god level creatures because your people have become so powerful. It's like, yeah, the escalation of D&D capability is pretty absurd. You're not wrong. That's why I was okay with D&D 5th edition ending at like level 20. It's like, yeah, you hit level 20. You probably, at this point, are hyper famous. Whether you're good or evil, you're hyper famous. You can probably like semi get ready to fight some like demigods, or have become a demigod. You definitely should retire from general adventuring. You're probably ruling like a fiefdom or like part of a country if you don't just own a country. You can just walk in and probably take down like your average city guard is like a quarter of a challenge rating. So like a level 1 character needs to fight like 2 city guards for a challenge. So at level 6, you would need to fight like 30 of them per character to be a challenge to a level 6 character. It's really bizarre. So I'm already trying to figure out like, man, how do I like, if they decide to go off the rails and start just massacring the town or something, who do I bring in? Like, I'm gonna have to come up with some legendary like level 15 heroes to come in and stop them or something. It's very strange to me. Sorry, little side note about the bizarreness of D&D as a whole concept. Let me continue with this. Sorry. She what?
Updated my journal.
One of them is here at times. What? Kasai Saras. She's a child of rivals, though she is loath to accept the fact. Who could blame her? She pauses for a moment thinking, I have never gotten her to admit it, though I am sure it's true. Interesting. I have another question. Lurkers, thank you. You have the Twitch go around. We always appreciate you. Anybody that checks the VODs here on Twitch, check the VODs on YouTube pause story. Also greatly appreciated seeing those numbers. Helps keep me motivated. If you need a well thought out solution, you need a thinking solution. Raven Hillbrook Inc. Thinking Solutions. And that's going to be it for me, everyone. I hope you all have a good rest of whatever you're up to. And yeah, I think that'll do it. Bye.